every notification is a distraction.
Yeah.
A notification comes in, "Oh, I need to respond to that person," or, "Ooh, I need to look at what she tagged me in." So every notification is a distraction that will pull you or your customers away from that partying experience.
Hey everyone, it is me, Lisa, and welcome back to another episode of The Other 99%. I'm here with our co host, Susan Larimer, and today we're talking about something that might be a little bit controversial, I think, maybe. But we're going to be talking about why we're recommending that people take their parties for direct sales off of social media and maybe bring it into their website. Now, I just want to preface this by saying, don't get me wrong. In no way am I saying leave social media behind. Social media is such a big part of our business, and we need it to drive people to the parties, to build the curiosity, to keep people engaged with us. But the actual party itself, I think, suits better with your website because it's going to be a distracted area that people are going to that serves a purpose, one purpose only. And I think you're going to see better results. So let's dive into this, Susan. I'm just wondering what we're going to uncover today.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, we talk about websites all the time. You know, we love our Oh My Hi websites. But there's something about partying on your website where there's no notifications coming in, clicks, dings, bells,
Hmm.
messages. It's just you're going there to get the information. You can scroll at your own pace. It's not changing as you're watching it. Um, but, when you're and people are some people are very successful partying on social media, and if that's where
Hmm.
you are, stay there. Don't switch. If something's working
Don't
really well
fix
for
what's
you.
not broken, right? Don't fix it.
Exactly. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Hmm.
So yeah, keep being on there, but this is just another option, and you may find that it's a really good fit for you, especially if you already have your own website. Or this may be an episode that you're like, you know what? Lisa and Susan are wrong. I'm going to stay on Facebook, and that is perfectly fine too. So, Lisa, I'll ask you. We're going to do like a question and answer kind of way. But what are some of the pros of being on your own website, having a party on your own website?
So I feel that number one is the branding. Like if you have a party page on your website, people are going to go there and know that it's Lisa Duck that's doing this party, right? It's not going to be Facebook. It's not going to be anything else. My image, my content is all going to be there. My video is going to be there in one nice, neat little place. So everything is branded. Um, Another pro is because I think a lot of people are just exhausted from using social media. So
Hmm.
give them somewhere that's calm and quiet, and they, like I said, they go there and it's to serve a purpose and one purpose only. Some of the reasons why you might want to move from social media to your website is because we all know that our reach is declining, the organic reach. So people aren't seeing everything that we're posting, because it's just not coming up in their feed, and people are not going into groups looking for things now. And I just before we hit play, we were talking about this new app that's coming out for Facebook, the Forum app, and I don't have access to it yet because it's not in Canada yet. So I'm like dying to get my hands on it, but Susan just downloaded it last night, so she'll have a chance to play with it. But that tells me that there's a change coming,
Hmm.
and we need to be aware of that, right? So yeah, so declining reach. The algorithms are always changing, so you never know what to do, right? People are distracted and they don't go into the Facebook groups, or when they get into the Facebook groups, Facebook reorders everything for them. So they're not really seeing what you have front and center anyway, because they decided that this post should be before the one that they're supposed to be seeing. People are missing. I could tell you that I go on social media and I hardly ever see people will say, "Did you see my post about this?" And I'm like, no.
Nope.
And I told you guys this in a previous episode, but I actually clear my notifications every
Mm,
day. So I only have new notifications in there. And if I'm not getting notifications, that means that Facebook's not sending them to me, right?
yeah, yeah.
So it's like people are missing things. And then those who are not like as OCD as me and clear their notifications all the time, that list, I'm sure, Susan, if you went to your list, it's long,
Yeah,
right?
it's miles long.
And it's like it's notification overload. What did I click? Where do I click? Why do I have to
Yeah,
click this? And then you're
yeah.
getting notifications for something that you don't even know why you're getting notifications for, right?
And every notification is a distraction.
Yeah,
A notification comes in, "Oh, I need to respond to that person," or, "Ooh, I need to look at what she tagged me in." So every notification is a distraction that will pull you or your customers away from that partying experience.
I
So on
will
a
tell you
website, there are
something.
no distractions. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
and I'll tell you just a little something. This morning, I actually sat and I went into my settings of my phone, and I disabled notifications on everything but my banking apps. That
Wow.
everything. It's all shut
Yeah,
off
yeah.
because I had things coming through my watch and my phone and my computers, and it's all off because I was getting to the point where I was feeling very overwhelmed by everything. And that's another reason is like customers are overwhelmed by all this too, right? I was getting to the point where I was overwhelmed and I just need to calm things down. So all my notifications are off. So if you do message me or do something like that, you might notice a bit more of a delay in my response because I'm not hearing the dings anymore. So I'm not being reactive all the time.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. I do that very often, turn everything off because I want to be in control of when I look at my phone. I don't want my phone interrupting my thoughts and my work process and saying, "Hey, pay attention to me now. I need you now." So that's a very wise thing to do, Lisa. So talking about Facebook parties, I rode the party in a post wave for a long time. And I felt like that was one way for me to party online where I was I was trying to control the distractions as much as possible. So it wasn't like there was a group where I had multiple posts because like Lisa said, then they get lost. But the party in the post and now with Cincherry, you can schedule, I think, up to 10
10
comments,
comments and you could put
which is
images and you could
amazing.
put all that stuff in there. Yep.
Yes. So
Yeah.
that's a great alternative too, but you still have the notifications, and I don't believe the comments will stay in order. I don't
Not
know.
always. Like so
Yeah.
the user, I know that the user has control of doing it. I always put my comments in order when I go to look at a post. But I don't know if you as the poster have control of that in somebody else's feed. I'm not,
Yeah.
correct me, I could be wrong on that, but I don't know if you can do that. But
Yeah. So websites more stable, Lisa?
yeah, I mean, number one, your website builds your credibility, right? It makes you look like a true business owner. And when people come there, so I highly recommend for those of you who are not Oh My Hi users, we're going to be talking a lot about Oh My Hi because that's just what we use. That's just what I teach. So it's what we know best, right? And on Oh My Hi, they have a pattern. It's called, well, they actually have two. They have a scroll and shop pattern and they have a pop-up shop pattern. And I am absolutely in love with the pop-up shop pattern. Now, this pop-up shop pattern, it's designed to put everything that you need on one page. Okay. And I'm talking about everything. So the way this looks, and I would recommend that when you share this out, you're going to share it out as a landing page. So what that means is you're removing the distraction of the header. So people aren't clicking all over your site. They're just there to serve one purpose. And then at the end, you can follow up. And I'm going to touch on something after I'm finished talking because there's one important step, right? Um, but so you have everything all in one site. So there's a banner that gives your contact information, your email, and then the date the party wraps up or closes. And then I like to also add in there the shop now button. Because if people are like me, I go to an event and I might not have the time to go through all of the posts or all of the information. But if I was invited and accepted the invitation, the chances are I wanted to buy something or I'm interested in something, but I just want to take that action right away. Shop now. Don't make me look for that. And that's the one thing that I found with a lot of Facebook party posts. People weren't always putting the links to go and buy. So I found too often that I would have to like scroll and scroll and scroll to click on a link to shop. So if you are partying on Facebook, please include that at least in the comment of every post, like shop here, because I've walked away from many events without ordering because I just couldn't find the link, right? Um, Not only that, the experience is cleaner. So let's finish the overview of the page. So you get that nice banner at the top. Then this is like so important. You have to the left of everything. So if you're looking at it on mobile, it's like front and center, but the opportunity to give away something valuable to get people on your email list, right? So this could be a PDF, for example, if Susan was doing it, like how to 5 steps to good skincare, right? Somebody is going to say, wow, okay, that's cool. I want that information. I'm giving you my name and email address for this. And with Oh My Hi, you have the project broadcast integration now too. So if you put a phone number, you could bring them into your project broadcast. And then next we have a spot for a video. I think this is key. This video should be like your personality. It should be like, hey, everyone, it's me, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining me for this event. This is what you're going to experience. This is what I'm going to share. This is how you reach me. This is how I can help. I want to stay connected. All of that stuff. This video, I don't recommend it being any like max 10 minutes. I don't even think people are going to watch 10 minutes, but you know what I mean? A lot of people try to put everything in there. If it's a quick demo that you're doing there as well, then that's the perfect opportunity for that spot. Like do a quick demo of your product, like wash your face while you're talking or make a quick meal while you're talking. It's a great piece of real estate to show your product in action. Then we have a section where you can feature maybe some of your top products. And then we go on to talk about, okay, great, it's time to shop. Here's how you shop. And they give you links and they talk about the business opportunity in another section, talk about fundraising opportunity. But the great thing with Oh My Hi is that you can add more blocks if you need to. So you can put as much content as you want on that page and it's going to be delivered to your customers and it's going to be a very clean page, a very clean experience. They're not going to have to go through all the noise. It's going to be super easy for them to shop because you have this bar at the top with a shop now button. If you add it, that's going to follow them through the page. So as they're scrolling, it sticks to the top of the page. So I'm ready to shop. Okay, shop now. All the information is nice, neat, and organized, which I absolutely love because we like to think that people know our business better than they actually know our business. And this was one thing that I always did when I was heavy, like in my direct sales business. If I was invited to an event, I would go to that event because I wanted to see how other people were providing customers their information on their product. But what I found a lot of the time is that I went to the event and I was like confused. I didn't know the lingo they were using. And there was too much information being thrown at me at once. So I love this pop-up shop experience because you could be specific. I like to highlight no more than 4 products at a time because you can't show them everything, right? If they wanna look at more, they can look at more, but everything is nice and neatly laid out. There's consistency in your branding. Everything looks professional, right? It's all there. And like I was saying before, you have that capture form at the top. So not only is this a way to, like, party, but you're growing your email list at the same time. You're building that connection that is going to last forever. You're avoiding any algorithm that prevents people from seeing stuff, right? And you're also creating like an evergreen piece of content that you can continue to send people to over and over. I know that there's one lady who uses Oh My Hi that she has her pop up or her shop and scroll experience. It's pinned to her homepage, and people can go in at any point and be entered into this page to learn more about her product. And she just updates it monthly with the monthly specials. And it's just an evergreen piece of content that lives there for for your customers, which is great. So I like to use my website. So going back to like why the website, Susan, it's like I like to use the website because it avoids creating all these temporary events, right? And you're creating like one piece of content that's just going to last and it's going to stand the test of time.
Yeah, I love what you said about the video too, because people are not going to be familiar with how to party on a website. Like, what does
Yep.
this even look like? So, for you to be that guide to walk them through, this is what you're going to expect. This is how it
Hmm.
works. And I would say, yeah, under 10 minutes. Keep it to like 5 minutes because people want to know, like, okay, super quick. And I also love the idea of having that shop button at the top of every page because you're right. People are afraid to put the shop button. They're afraid that's too salesy.
Yeah.
But really, if you don't have it, it's building frustration for the person who actually wants to shop.
I
They
get
don't want to
frustrated
have
by
to
that
look.
so much. It
Yeah.
drives me crazy.
If they don't know where that shop button is right away, you're going to lose them for sure.
And I'm definitely not the person who will reach out to you and say, "Hey, Susan, I can't find your link. Could you send
Right.
it to me?"
Yeah.
I would scroll and scroll and scroll trying to find it, and then I get to the point where I don't need it
Give
that
up.
bad.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So maybe let's talk about the role that social media does play in having a party on your website. We still need social media.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's where our customers are, right? But people don't go to social media to be sold to. So, we need to treat social media as a place to engage and connect. And if you're not engaging and connecting with people on social media, if you're just putting sales post after sales post, you're missing the point, right? So use social media for maybe reaching out, having a curiosity post like, "Oh my gosh, I tried something new. Do you want to take a peek?" And it could be even a party that you're doing for yourself, right? But here's the thing that I wanted to say earlier. This party on your website does not work without an RSVP link. Okay. And this is why. So here's the difference between partying on social and partying on your website. People are going to your website and you don't know if they've been there. Like you don't know if they've been on your page. You can see the count go up in your analytics, like so many people have visited, but you don't know who it is, right? Whereas on social media, people come and they usually click like on a post or they'll maybe put a little comment like, "Hey, how's everybody?" so that you sort of know who's coming. On your website, you don't have that. But if you have an RSVP prior to them getting to your party on your website, then you have just created yourself a, a fail-proof follow-up system. And so I'm a big believer that you shouldn't just have a host coaching um follow or system. You have to have a guest follow-up system too. So people opt in to join you on this event and then you're able to follow up. But you can use social media as a place to post that link. Here, I'm trying something new. Click here to join me. You can put curiosity posts, images, and all of that stuff. So yeah, I totally agree. We're not telling you ditch social media. Social media is a big part of our business, and no matter how hard we try, we can't get rid of it.
Yeah,
Right?
for sure. Yeah, social media is like the invitation, like you said, the curiosity, why you need the products that you're featuring on your website. And then the website is just a beautiful, comfortable, clean living room where
Mm-hmm.
people can sit down and take their time and scroll. Maybe focus on bundles of products. I love what Lisa said. Don't throw your whole
Yeah.
catalog out there. Focus on one set of products and then maybe have another page or another party for another set of products. But I also love what you said about the person having it on their homepage, making it as evergreen, or you said you change it out. She changes it out monthly. But then
Yeah.
anyone who finds her website, they're automatically like find themselves in this little inviting party.
Yeah,
So
and
I
I
love
I
that.
love it, and I love it because it used to be just a button that people would click,
Hmm.
but again, without the RSVP, you're losing so much. So now, she has it where it is like a form that you fill out, like, "Are you interested in taking the experience? Put your name and
Mm-hmm.
email here and click." Now that click automatically takes them to the page, the party page.
Hmm.
But she also gets an email saying, "Hey, so
Hmm.
and so filled this form," and they're gone to your party page. So she has the ability to follow up now, which she
Now
didn't
she has their
before,
contact
right?
information. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's the RSVP is so, so key to any of these kind of parties.
Yeah, and the free giveaway too, like you said before. Here's
Yeah.
a 5-step skincare guide, your evening
Yeah.
skincare routine or, meal solutions or,
And it doesn't
whatever
even
it
have to
is.
be something tangible. It could be enter your name and email address to get entered into the
Mm,
draw to win
mhm.
whatever. We do
Yeah,
that on Facebook anyway when we party, right?
yeah, yeah.
Anybody who does this but what I love about this is that you don't have to sit there and count ballots and you don't have to do this.
Right,
You just like capture all the people's names, throw it in a draw and whew,
right.
there's the winner. It's like I'm not saying, "Oh, Susan has 10 ballots from here, 5 ballots from here."
Oh, that's what
I
I
u-
do.
uh, that that used to drive me crazy.
So this just gets me thinking, Lisa. I do a monthly mystery hostess event in my customer Facebook group every
Mhm.
month so people know that's the time to shop and I post the monthly specials and what's on sale and everything. And I could be moving that to my website and I
Mhm.
can update it every month with the specials. I can capture their information. So that is something that I definitely want to look into because like you said, social media, it's not really where I want to be. I don't feel like I'm getting the traction that I used to get. And I do announce the mystery hostess event on my emails too that goes out to all of my customers every month. But why not use social media and my emails to direct people to my website now?
Yeah.
So that's something to
Yeah.
think about.
Yeah, and not only are you helping getting people over there to see what else you have to offer,
Mhm.
but I mean, I think it's going to be a more clear way for them to party. So I
Yeah.
could see this working great for you because you could have one of those opt in forms on your homepage.
Mhm.
Check out this month's mystery host event
Yeah.
and have them fill it out and go there, right? And it's just going to give them all the information they need.
Yeah. Ooh, now my wheels are turning. I love our podcast. It's
Yeah,
so helpful to
Susan
me.
takes notes. Cheer.
Yes. So anything else? Any other maybe like do's and don'ts? I wanna share I just got an invite to a Facebook party and I've never met this person. I think we're
Mhm.
in the same I think we're in some of the same groups somewhere, but I never met her and her invite actually first she didn't invite me. I just got like the automatic
Yeah.
group like invite all of my thousands of friends to this Facebook event, and I
Yeah.
didn't respond. And then I got a personal message saying, "Would you please help me by placing an order through this event, Susan? Would you please help me?" And I didn't respond because the way I wanted to respond would not have been very nice because it was just such a turnoff. Like, yeah, I'm gonna
Mhm.
spend $30 for you who I don't even know.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not about me getting great products, it was about me helping her. So, when you're doing that curiosity post or that invite to get people over to your website, it's gotta be about them
Oh,
all the time and
it's
what you can
always
do
what's in
for
it for
them.
them.
Yes.
Always. Yeah.
So, any
Yeah.
other, like, do's and don'ts or things to be aware of?
I mean, when you're looking at your party on your website, don't overwhelm. Less information is more. Sometimes we look at it and say, "Oh my goodness, but I didn't give them a lot of information. There's not this info. There's so much more I could be telling them." That's true. That's true. But you're giving them just enough information to keep them curious to click and go forward. The information that you put there is just like Susan said, it should be the value for them. You're not trying to sell the product on this page, right? You're trying to tell them why they should use this cream and maybe replace it with what they're using now, right?
Mhm.
And that's the whole point. So definitely don't overwhelm. Definitely do keep it very specific and not avoid the company jargon. I
Mm,
always say that. Like make sure there's no abbreviations. Make sure you're talking about products in the way that people will understand it. Okay. This is not even though you can add sections, I like to say, even though you can add sections to this party in a post, I don't recommend adding section upon section upon section. You do not want people to sit there scrolling for
yeah,
20 minutes.
yeah.
And if you feel that you need to put more information, then what I recommend doing is maybe in every other section, you put another video in bed. And
Mhm.
this video could be another 2 minutes where you're talking about certain products. Or it could be about, like, maybe you have a little short video about the business opportunity. You can embed that instead of an image. Things like that will help them build that know, like, and trust for you. So I recommend making it as personal as possible and as specific as possible and as direct to, like, the customer, so what's in it for them.
Yeah, I think decision fatigue is a huge thing. If people have
Mhm.
too many options, they won't do anything. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I'll get like an email or a Facebook post even, and I'll be like really interested in it and reading it and reading it and reading it. And then I'm like, wait, how long
Yeah.
is this thing? And then I'm like, no, forget it. And then I just get off
Yep.
completely.
Scroll away. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So make it short, make it sweet, and maybe even have like a, "Hey, if you wanna hear more, join me next week,
Mhm.
and, put your information here to be notified about my next week's party," and make it a weekly thing or a monthly thing.
Or this is a great use for your blog. So if you want to
Mm,
learn more about the
mm,
products, click here and maybe that takes them to a blog page that is specifically pulls in all of your blogs about your products that you sell, right?
yeah,
You can
yeah.
have as many pages as you want on your website and you can have a different blog pulling in a different category through the query loop. So you can have like just a product specific blog and it doesn't have to be listed in your navigation. It could be just an unlisted page on your website, but you can link it to your party
Mhm,
in a post. So to learn more about the products here, click here,
mhm.
right?
Or a YouTube
Um,
video. Here's a
YouTube
link to
videos.
my
Yeah.
YouTube video. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Cross-pollination, I love that.
Yeah. And I would recommend maybe having your links to your social, like where you're on social. One thing that I say with websites, don't link to social posts that or social platforms that you're not really active on. Some people think that, oh, I have to put down my TikTok account because I have a TikTok account. Well, if you're never there, don't put it.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
don't put it, right?
Yeah, because people are gonna go there and not find you or find content that isn't related to you, and that might be a turnoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else we wanna share about partying on websites in 2026?
Well, I just want to say that I think that a lot of people assume that their customers, when they reach out or when you reach out to them, they have to party on Facebook.
Mm,
We need to remember that we are the experts in our field, okay? And
mhm,
we can recommend what we think is going to work for them. So if this is a new way that you want to try to party, then recommend and they don't need to know it's your first one. I
mhm,
have this amazing party that's working great for other hosts just interested in if you wanted to give it a try. I would recommend that you have a solid plan for social media for your host because that's where they're typically going to invite from. Right.
mhm,
So if they're going to send out a mass email communicate or messenger communication with their friends, make sure you give them the RSVP link, not the party page link. Okay,
mm,
don't tell them not to share the party page link. It has to be the RSVP link because you want to be able to do your due diligence and follow up with your customers because you can then track who has ordered and who hasn't ordered. The ones who have ordered, you could begin your follow up. Like Susan is a
mhm.
master at,
Customer
your customer
care.
care, 2 plus 2 plus 2. And then
Mhm,
those who haven't ordered, well, maybe the night before the event's going to close, just, hey, just wanted to touch base and all this stuff. And if you're using the CRM component of Oh My Hi, you can actually tag all these people in the CRM, so it's easy to do your follow-up right there in Oh My
mhm,
Hi. So I absolutely love that. But yeah, these parties work as long as you do the proper steps, and RSVPs is a step that you cannot avoid. Just
mhm.
it's
Don't miss it.
it's a non what is it? Non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. So I guess, I mean, just to conclude, if you are already partying on your website, we want to know maybe
Mhm.
some tips or some ideas, things that are working really well for you. If you are not partying on your website and you do have a website, let us know what maybe got your interest, or where do you think you can move over from social media to your website? Are you willing to try it? But we would
Mhm.
love to hear from you in the comments.
Yeah, I love that. All right, everyone. Well, I hope that you got a few takeaways. I know Susan did. I love that when she does that.
My light bulbs. Ding.
I look forward to see her mystery host on her website coming
I
up
know.
soon. So, we look forward to seeing you next week on another episode of The Other 99%. We'll see you again. Take care. Bye.
That's a wrap for today's episode of The Other 99%. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to like, share with a friend, leave a review, and subscribe so you never miss a new episode. We drop fresh content every Tuesday.